Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We've got things to talk about on the Nightly Sports Call.
Thank you very much, Paul. Welcome everybody to the Nightly Sports Call. I'm Josh Taylor. In tonight for Rich Walsh. Got a lot of stuff we got to talk about here. Kind of a shakeup in college football at the top of the rankings. We'll get into that. Big win for the Penguins tonight against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The team with the best record in the NHL coming into this game. A huge night for Tristan Jarry in net for the Pens, and also a big night for the offense as well. The special teams in particular coming up huge for the Penguins. 3 power play goals tonight. A shorthanded goal by Brian Rust on a breakaway. Really big play for him, and that play was sparked by a big save by Tristan Jarry, shorthanded. They had a double minor, I believe it was on Jake Gensel early, and Tristan Jarry was huge during that double minor, just making key save after key save. He was their best penalty killer on the ice, and that is the old adage, your best penalty killer has to be your goaltender. He was that guy in the first period, and that helped set up Brian Rust's breakaway goal that made it 1-0. Then the Penguins just continued to just chip in on the power play. Sidney Crosby once on the power play. Phil Kessel once on the power play. And then Crosby again later in the third period scores a power play goal. So 5-2, your final score. They beat up on a red-hot Tampa Bay Lightning team, who, by the way, in the 2 previous meetings between these 2 teams, Tampa had outscored the Penguins 12-5 by a combined score in those 2 games. So for the Penguins to bounce back and have that kind of win after they lost 3 in a row, I think is pretty encouraging. But the more important thing I look at here is the play of Tristan Jarry. I think it's something that's been talked about in the past couple weeks here. Is Tristan Jarry ready to be at this level? Should he be here? Should he be developing in the A with Wilkes-Barre? Or should he be playing a little bit more? Should he not be developing here and developing somewhere else? That's been the recurring question that we've heard a lot since he was called up here. And I think tonight he showed maybe he's good enough to at least earn his spot here, or at least keep it for the time being, if nothing else. But a really strong performance tonight for him as he earns his first NHL victory. It's probably a lot of still happy reaction in town after the big win yesterday for Pitt. They knock off number 2 Miami yesterday at Heinz Field, but goes down as Alabama loses to Auburn in the Iron Bowl. And Paul Zeiss and I talked about this, and this is something that I expected. I expected Auburn to play a strong game defensively and keep Alabama off the scoreboard, and they beat them 26-14. So we're going to see an entirely different setup in the college football playoff. We should see a new number 1 and a new number 2 when the rankings come out next Tuesday. I'm curious, who's the new number 1? Who should it be? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this Penguins victory tonight as well. 412-575-2600 is the number for the Bordas & Bordas hotline. Also looking forward to tomorrow with the Steelers and Packers. No Juju Smith-Schuster in this game. No Joe Hayden in this game. No Vance McDonald in this game. Mike Mitchell is questionable. He may not be in this game against the Packers. But when you look at that, you still probably see a lot of positives for the Steelers as far as having a lot of advantages. Of course, no Aaron Rodgers, so Brett Hundley will be the starter for Green Bay, but he's a guy who has struggled quite a bit, and they have not really been able to find the rhythm that he's looking for in the passing game. And if you're the Steelers, you're looking to exploit that. And one way you probably would want to do that is by having some good coverage in the secondary, in which case having Joe Hayden is probably a good thing to have. But when you don't have him, you're probably going to have to do it a different way and disrupt that rhythm. And the best way to probably do that, in my opinion, probably the pass rush, getting off the ball quickly. So having a TJ Watt being more active, having a Bud Dupree being more active. This is where you like to see a lot more of Vince Williams, which he's done a lot already this season. He already has 5 or 6 sacks. Having him come up that A-gap, maybe that A-gap pressure, getting in Hundley's face and forcing him to make some bad decisions. That's probably where you want to see a lot of that too. So that's something that definitely sticks out. On the offensive side of the ball, without Juju Smith-Schuster, that means Martavis Bryant's going to have to continue to maybe come along the way he has been the past couple weeks. You're going to have to rely a lot more on Eli Rogers. You might have to rely a lot more on Justin Hunter, who I've actually have been pretty impressed with in the little slivers of time that we've seen him. Even back to training camp, I thought Justin Hunter would be an interesting addition if he made the team. And I still think he's still a competent deep threat, so we'll see just how they work these guys in and make them a part of this offense after Juju Smith-Schuster had really just carved a really solid niche in this offense and being the touchdown producer that he's been in the last few weeks. So not having him here, obviously, or not having him there tomorrow, obviously opens up opportunities for somebody else. And it was something Mike Tomlin talked about earlier in the week, having that kind of offense that just does what's necessary. We've seen this team win games with its running game. We did it we saw them do it in Kansas City. We saw them do it in Baltimore. We saw them do it against Cincinnati, where they used Le'Veon Bell really to just wear the defense down and take over that game. Then last week against Tennessee, they did it against the pass. They did it against the Dick LeBeau defense, which probably looked a little bit familiar as you saw how that offense really moved its way down the field and kind of took small slivers out of that Dick LeBeau defense. Death by 1,000 cuts, you might have heard it called before. Some people like to call it dink and dunk. But if it looked familiar, it probably looked similar to the script that New England used in all those years when they faced Dick LeBeau's defense, and they took that and used it for themselves and made it work. So having that kind of balance and having that kind of depth with this offense probably makes it a little bit easier to anticipate what you might see from Green Bay. Granted, they can put pressure on the quarterback as well. So we will see how the Steelers adjust to that also. So there's a lot of things we can get into. Like I said, we're taking your calls, 412-575-2600. Also taking your tweets at Josh Taylor HD. We will take a break. We'll come back. We'll answer phone calls. We'll answer tweets. We'll do it all. See you in a few.